Hello everybody, welcome back to another KC coin auction video. We just got in a great big collection of mostly silver, and then there's one 2.5 Indian. That is a 1929. Really great coin, just before the pre-1930 gold coins, because after 1930 most of them are just bullion coins. But this is a very fine coin. There's a lot of detail left in the headdress. Unfortunately, it might be a details coin because there's a little tiny nick right on the rim. So I could definitely see a grading service making this a details coin. But regardless, it is absolutely stunning. The strike is quite nice. Fields are mostly pretty good. Yeah, overall a very nice 2.5 Indian. And that is lot number 2 to start out the auction. Now, there really wasn't any other place for it because, it's gold tone, so it looked kind of awkward anywhere else in the auction. These are kind of gimmicky. They're a 24 karat plated Washington quarter from the bicentennial. These were not made by the mint. People would just gold plate some of these, and some people ask ridiculous amounts for them on eBay. So it's in the collection, so we're going to sell it for them because they are worth a little bit of money and they're kind of fun. But yeah, definitely not a solid gold quarter, but definitely an interesting piece nonetheless. I've got a nice selection of commemoratives here as well. We've got the Mayflower commemorative with the pilgrim on the front. Commemoratives are very interesting because the collector market is really hard to cut into. They're pretty sought after coins if you can find the right people for them, but they are somewhat difficult to get a hold of. So these might be some nice little buys. And we got the Mayflower Pilgrim commemorative right here. And next we have the Abraham Lincoln commemorative. I just love the way that Abraham Lincoln is portrayed in this coin, and the eagle is just absolutely majestic with the, is that the motto in its mouth? No, it's not the motto, but the ribbon in its mouth looks like it has caught a snake, kind of like in the Mexican coins, but nonetheless, definitely in my opinion, one of the more majestic eagles that the U.S. Mint produced. Absolutely beautiful coin. And yeah, if you're interested in starting to collect commemoratives, this is definitely going to be a great auction for you because I'm not sure if we've ever sold commemoratives, and if you don't have a dedicated buyer base of commemorative collectors, they can come up pretty short on occasion. So you might have the opportunity to get some really good purchases. Yeah. On to the next piece, which is the Columbian Exposition. Yeah. This commemorative was made it was made for the 1893 Columbian Exposition for the World's Fair. Definitely some very interesting coins. I think the denomination for them was like $1, and they charged $1.50. It was kind of absurd, the markup on these pieces. And there was a very massive hoard of them found from the original family. It's kind of an interesting story. I'm sure if you look up Columbian Exposition coin hoard, you'll find it. And the coin dealer and expert that got his hands on the hoard gave a really great explanation of these coins in specific and the hoard as a whole. This is not one of the coins from the hoard. This is another one from that exposition, but an interesting piece nonetheless, and that is lot number 6 for you all. Alrighty, and now this is the last commemorative coin we have for you all. It is the Lexington Concord commemorative. This is lot number 7. Oh, I lied. There is one more commemorative. My bad. But we do have this Lexington Concord commemorative coin for you all, coming in at lot number 7. This one's a little bit more worn than the others. It's a, $50 commemorative coin. Still a nice piece if you do not have one and are looking for one, but yeah, a little bit more worn than say the Colombian that I just showed and the Abraham Lincoln before that, but still an interesting coin coming in at lot number 7. Alright, now this is the actual last commemorative that we have. This is the Booker T. Washington. It says, "From slave cabin to Hall of Fame." As most of you all know, Booker T. Washington was an amazing man back in those days, and he got a commemorative coin just for himself. There's an unfortunate dark spot right there, but the obverse of the coin is very, very nice with that light yellow toning. Very nice piece. And obviously these all come with the plastic holders that they are in. A lot of the later coins in the auction will be flips. Now we have some very interesting coins. You don't see these very often, but we have several 2-cent pieces. This one in particular is very brown. It is a 1864 2-cent. Like I said, these are pretty difficult to find and very sought after. This one's very dark and has some, it's not corrosion, but some dark spots on the left of the, I believe that's the obverse. It's kind of difficult with this coin. I see so few of them. I think these are actually, we have 3 in the auction. I think they're the only 3 that I've seen them since I started learning about coins. But that one is lot number 9, and a very interesting piece nonetheless. So now we are going on to the next 2-cent piece. Very similar condition for this one. Brown, 1866 2-cent. They don't really make plastic slabs for these, so they rattle around a little bit, but very nice nonetheless. Similar dark spots. This one's a little bit more even, so it's a slightly nicer coin than the previous, but they are both 2-cent pieces nonetheless, and not terribly easy to find, and that comes in at lot number 10. And now this is the, ooh, focus please, there we go. This is the final 2-cent piece of the auction, and I believe this is harshly cleaned, which is why it's like almost red. It's pretty worn. It is an 1865 2-cent. But yeah, I do believe this is a cleaned coin, unfortunately, but it is still kind of a difficult coin to come across, so definitely worth selling and offering to you all, because I'm sure somebody will have a spot for it in their collection. Now these are some of my favorite coins. I just love the reverse design on that with the 3 and the C with the stars, and the obverse is just the shield inside of the star. This is an 1852 3-cent piece. I love this coin so much. They're not particularly common, but they're also not terribly rare, but definitely an interesting coin, and there is a lot of love for these things. So even with this one, with how much damage it has, because it is dented in a few places, it should definitely bring a fair bit more than 3 cents. But that is lot number 12 in the auction. We're going to be going through the first 19 lots. Here's another 3-cent piece. I don't like this design of the 3-cent nearly as much as I like the other one. But this is an 1865. Just the 3 Roman numerals inside of the laurel leaves, or whatever. You know, United States of America. Just a nice, solid 3-cent piece if you are looking for one for your collection. Can't get that one to focus, so we might as well move on to the next one. And it is another 1965. This one is definitely more worn than the previous one. It is lot number 14. There's not a ton to say about these coins. Pretty heavily circulated. There are some dings in there, but not terribly easy to come by, so I'm sure they will find their way into somebody's collection. And here is the first of 2 large cents that we have in this auction. It's coming in at lot number 15. This one has some damage. It looks like it got ran over by something there on the left side. It has I really don't know how to describe it, but it is it's definitely sitting on the ground right there, and I don't know if it was a car or a wagon or something that drove over it, but it definitely has some damage. So if you are looking for an 1848 large cent, we have one, but it definitely has some damage, like I have said. Now here is the next large cent we have, 1847. This is coming in at lot number 16. Here's some red pigment in the fields on the obverse, but the reverse looks pretty solid. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It could be original to the coin, but I don't know. Take a look at the pictures in the catalog when it comes out to make your own decision. These videos are coming out a fair bit before the catalog is going to be online, because this is going to be like a 600 lot coin auction, just because there are so many pieces. It's actually kind of absurd how much there is. I will pan over the box of coins that I have to deal with. I've already got them sorted. I just need to get them photographed now. But yeah, 1847 large cent with some red in the fields on the obverse. Definitely an interesting coin, but let's move on. This is lot number 17. We have 3 cap bust halves in the auction, and these will bring the conclusion of the video after I walk through all of these. This is an 1831. This one is definitely toned on the front, and it looks like there's an old cleaning. It's definitely more visible on the reverse than the obverse. But cap bust halves are my favorite coins, so these should definitely still bring a premium over the spot price, just because they're not exceedingly rare, but not the most common coin in the world. I mean, this gigantic, it is definitely a silver hoard that we have, only has 3 of them. So yeah, this is an 1831, and let's move on to the next one. This one is an 1833, and this one also looks cleaned to me, definitely more visible on the obverse. This one you could definitely make the argument that it's not, that I would like to be on the conservative side. Very beautiful coin. There's some not great dark toning there and there on the obverse that kind of distracts from the beauty of the coin. But, you know, full liberty on the headband, and it's kind of funny on the reverse, like half of the 5 and 50 is missing, but like pretty much all of the shield lines are there and intact. So it's definitely an odd coin, but it is pretty nice, especially if you need an 1833 cap bust half. Very nice coin. Unfortunately, none of the coins in this collection are graded. Now, this last capped bust half is definitely cleaned. There's just no luster left in this. It is an 1832. Oh, we have an 1831, 32, and 33. I am just now realizing that as I am shooting this video. Yeah, but you can definitely tell it's cleaned. All the high points are just completely washed away. And yeah. But if you're looking for an 1832 cap bust half, we've got one right here for you. Alrighty, really quick, I am going to take you over to the coins. You're gonna have to pardon the mess of my spot, but this entire box is filled with coins. We've got we've got 2 Ziploc rolls of Morgans right there, 2 full Ziploc rolls of peace dollars, some extra peace dollars, some extra Morgans, a bunch of half dollars, including Walking Liberties, Franklins, and all sorts of other stuff. Yeah, just an incredible collection. You can see the scale that we had to use to weigh it all to kind of figure out how much silver we were going to have in this auction. So yeah, I will come set you back up here and grab out the 2.5 Indian to thank you all for watching the video. We have not put the catalog online, so it will probably be a little while before we do, because, I mean, as you just saw, there was a ton of silver for me to catalog. But yeah, I thank you all for watching this video all the way through, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.